Are your shoes secretly aging you without you even knowing? Most women over 60 have at least one pair that's quietly making them look and feel older. The surprising part? It's probably not the shoes you think. Today, we're uncovering the 7 shoe mistakes that almost every woman makes after 60 and what to wear instead. For elegance, comfort, and real confidence. But this isn't just about fashion. The science and psychology behind your footwear choices actually impact how others see you and how you see yourself every single day. So let me ask, when was the last time you really looked at your shoes not just for style, but for how they make you feel? If you're tired of being told to settle for clunky or outdated shoes, or if you ever wonder whether your footwear is quietly aging you, you are absolutely in the right place. And trust me, some of these might surprise you. Especially number 4. Even I was shocked the first time I learned about it. Ready? Let's take the first step together. Before we get into the list, let's step into why do shoes matter more than ever after 60? What's really changing, and how can you stay ahead of it? Let's take a closer look. Here's something almost nobody talks about. After 60, shoes quietly become one of the most powerful yet underestimated tools in your entire well-being toolkit. Why? Because aging isn't just about silver hair or laugh lines. Your feet change too. The padding thins. Arches can fall. Toes get stiffer. Skin becomes more delicate. Sometimes, the shoes you once loved start to pinch, rub, or leave you aching after the simplest stroll. But it goes deeper than discomfort. Did you know that your shoes can actually shape your confidence? How much you want to get out, see friends, say yes to the invitations that once felt effortless. Clinical studies show that women over 60 are twice as likely to develop foot issues like bunions, plantar fasciitis, or hammer toes. And those aches? They don't just hurt your steps, they ripple into your posture, your mood, even your willingness to try new things. But here's the twist. This isn't just about pain. Psychologists have discovered that how you feel in your shoes is directly linked to your self-image and social confidence. The wrong pair can make you want to disappear into the background, while the right ones make you stand a little taller. And yes, be seen. I've seen it happen with friends, women who once filled a room with laughter, now hesitant to stand up at a party or go for a walk in the park, simply because their feet just won't let them enjoy the moment. So, as we move forward, I want you to keep something in mind. We're not here to settle for discomfort or invisibility. We're here to reclaim comfort, confidence, and timeless style all in every step. And if you're still thinking, isn't it just high heels that are the problem? Stick with me. You might be surprised at which shoes are quietly working against you. Let's clear up a common myth right away. Most advice about aging in shoes stops at high heels, as if stilettos are the only villains in the closet. But here's the real story. There are 7 types of shoes that almost every woman over 60 owns, and each one can quietly sabotage your comfort, your health, or even your style. Each shoe on this list brings its own risks. Some quietly age your appearance, some threaten your balance or comfort. Some, even those promising maximum support, actually make things worse. Let's put them on the table. 1. Pointy toe stilettos. 2. Flimsy slip-ons. 3. Chunky platform sandals. 4. Flat, floppy loafers. 5. Flip-flops. 6. Bulky athletic sneakers. 7. Orthopedic-looking shoes. Maybe you're thinking, surely some of those can't be that bad. Honestly, that's what most women assume. But there's real science and psychology behind each one. Let's tackle the biggest myth of all, that suffering for style is somehow worth it. Here's something that might sound controversial, but it needs to be said. For decades, stilettos and pointy toe shoes have been sold as the definition of elegance. Red carpet? Heels. Big anniversary dinner? Heels. It's almost as if someone, somewhere, decided that pain equals beauty, and women just had to accept it. But after 60, the rules change. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine squeezing your toes into a narrow triangle, balancing your entire body weight on a few square centimeters. Now, imagine doing that for years. What you get isn't just a sore foot at the end of the night. You get bunions, nerve pain, numbness, collapsed arches, and in the worst cases, a real risk of falling. A study by the American Podiatric Medical Association found that women who regularly wore high heels were 5 times more likely to develop foot problems after age 60. Not just pain, but genuine mobility loss. And here's the kicker. Trying to look younger in heels can sometimes backfire. You look less confident, less steady, and most importantly, you feel less like yourself. So what's the solution? It's not about giving up height, it's about swapping pain for poise. Look for block heels, nothing over 2 inches. Choose almond or round toe shapes that give your toes room to breathe. And never underestimate a cushioned footbed or built-in arch support. If you still love a little drama, don't worry, elegance is never about pain. It's about standing tall, feeling strong, and showing up as the best version of you. Ready for a shock? The next shoe mistake is one almost every woman makes, and it hides in plain sight. It's so casual, so convenient, and quietly causes havoc. For years, I had a secret love affair with ballet flats and slip-on shoes. They were easy, quick, and felt just fine for dashing to the store or meeting friends for coffee. But here's what I learned the hard way. Flimsy, unstructured flats are silent troublemakers, especially after 60. You see, our feet need support now more than ever. Shoes that bend too much, twist easily, or collapse under your weight leave your arches with nothing to hold on to. Result? Collapsed arches, plantar fasciitis, even knee and back pain that seems to come out of nowhere. Psychologists say how we move changes how we feel about ourselves. Shoes that sag make us feel slouchy, even a little invisible, like we're just shuffling through the motions. Clinical studies link flat, floppy shoes to a spike in plantar fasciitis, especially in women over 60. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for support. What to look for? Structured loafers or ballet flats with an actual arch and a supportive heel cup. Memory foam or a contoured insole. Test it. Try the bend, twist, squeeze. If it flops like a pancake, it's not your friend. And here's the real mindset shift. Choosing structure in your shoe isn't fussy. It's a daily act of self-respect, not self-neglect. But let's not stop there, because sometimes adding height seems like the answer, except when the height comes in the wrong package. Let's talk about a shoe that's everywhere lately, platform sandals. They look modern, add instant height, and promise that trendy edge, even in your 60s or 70s. But here's a little-known fact. Rigid, chunky platforms block your foot's natural movement, making every step riskier than it needs to be. Why does this matter? Our balance naturally changes with age. Shoes that don't bend with your foot force you to stomp, not step. And according to clinical studies on falls in older women, platforms are a major culprit, especially on uneven ground or stairs. And let's be honest, chasing trends isn't always the best look. Sometimes, it reads as trying too hard, rather than timelessly chic. So what's the upgrade? Look for a low wedge, or an ergonomic sandal with a flexible sole. It should bend where your toes bend. An ankle strap adds stability and keeps you steady. Style tip. Go for elegant colors and materials. Think soft leather, nude tones, or gentle metallics that elevate your whole outfit rather than anchoring you down. Remember, true elegance never makes you worry about falling. It lets you move through life gracefully, confidently, and always ready for what's next. And speaking of next, what's the one summer shoe almost every woman owns yet rarely thinks twice about? It's up next, and you might want to check your closet. Okay, let's be honest. Who doesn't have a pair of flip-flops or slides tucked away somewhere? They're the universal symbol of summer ease, right? The shoes you grab when you just want to let your feet breathe. But here's what almost nobody realizes. The very features that make flip-flops and slides so easy are exactly what make them risky, especially as we get older. Let me paint a picture. You slip on your favorite flip-flops to water the garden or walk to the mailbox. Seems harmless enough. But after a few minutes, your toes are gripping desperately to keep the shoe on. There's zero arch support, no heel cup. Every step makes your foot work overtime, causing micro-trauma you barely notice. Until, one day, your heels ache, or you trip over a curb. Medical research actually links regular flip-flop use to hammer toes, plantar fasciitis, and most concerning falls. One study found that slip-on sandals are among the leading contributors to accidental home falls in women over 60. It's not just about comfort. It's about safety, independence, and that subtle confidence you feel when you know your footing is solid. And let's talk style for a second. Flip-flops send a beach locker room message, not timeless elegance. Even the trendiest slides can look out of place away from the pool. So what's the fix? You don't have to give up summer shoes, just upgrade them. Here's what to look for. Supportive sandals with built-in arch and heel support. Contoured footbeds that cradle your feet. Adjustable straps for a secure custom fit. Lightweight materials, but sturdy enough for real walking. Quick tip. Try this self-test stand barefoot. Then, in your favorite sandals. If your arches collapse or you wobble, it's time for a change. And here's the best part. When you swap easy for empowering, you'll walk taller literally and emotionally. But don't think for a second that only old-fashioned shoes are to blame. Even sneakers, if you choose the wrong kind, can quietly add years to your look and even more to your aches. Let's talk about that. Let's be real. When your feet start aching, what's the first thing everyone tells you? Just get a pair of orthopedic sneakers. It sounds like smart advice. And hey, who doesn't love the pillowy comfort of a new pair of trainers? But here's what the sneaker companies don't always tell you. Big, bulky, athletic shoes. Those with marshmallow-thick soles and clunky shapes might promise maximum support, but they come with a hidden cost. Shoes that are too heavy or overbuilt can change the way you walk. Instead of rolling smoothly from heel to toe, your steps get stiff. Your hips and knees start compensating, and that helpful padding can actually throw your balance off, especially if you already have joint pain. Extra chunky sneakers can signal frailty or medical need rather than vibrant, active living. I've heard women say, "But at least I'm comfortable." Of course, but comfort shouldn't mean sacrificing your sense of self or unintentionally telegraphing that you need special help to get around. Remember, style is about what you communicate without saying a word. Let me share Ruth's story. She switched to heavy sneakers after a knee injury, thinking it was her only option. But after a month, she noticed not just more hip pain, but that her outfits felt off. She said, "My shoes made me feel frumpy, no matter what I wore." The better way? Streamlined athleisure sneakers, lightweight, but with real arch support. A firm heel counter to anchor your stride. A flexible sole that bends with your foot, not against it. A wide toe box for natural comfort. Swap out chunky sneakers for a sleeker pair and just watch how your whole outfit and energy lifts. And if you're wondering, does this mean all comfort shoes are bad? Not at all. But that leads us to the biggest shoe trap of all, the ones that promise comfort, but sometimes send the wrong message entirely. Let's get honest about something a lot of women never say out loud. Most orthopedic shoes are marketed as the answer to all problems after 60. Extra padding, Velcro straps, thick soles, super cushioned everything. But here's the difficult truth. If you don't need a true orthopedic shoe, wearing them anyway can actually backfire. Instead of empowerment, they can signal frailty, dependency, or even giving up on style. And for some women, overuse of these shoes can actually cause new problems. Altered gait, muscle weakness, even greater dependence on support. There's a psychological layer here too. The more you see yourself as fragile, the more likely you are to feel fragile and act accordingly. Researchers have found that women who rely on medical shoes without medical need often report a drop in self-confidence and social engagement. But please hear me. If your podiatrist prescribes a true orthopedic shoe, that's important and you should listen to them. But for everyone else, it's time for a new formula. Invisible health. What does that look like? Brands and styles that hide supportive technology inside a chic, timeless design, shoes with proper footbeds, arch support and cushioning without looking medical, subtle features, elastic panels, shock absorption, light but sturdy soles. A tip from my own closet: try brands that are designed for comfort, but with a focus on fashion. Think Vionic, Echo, or Naturalizer. And always test the fit at home, walking on different surfaces. If you're ever unsure, ask your doctor, not the sales clerk. The mindset shift? Elegance at any age is about intention, not prescription. It's about moving through life on your own terms, choosing what supports your independence, and never letting anyone or any shoe make you feel less than powerful. But all this brings us to the question that matters most. What's the actual formula for ageless, confident style with every step you take? Let's bring it all together. Take a deep breath, because this is where everything comes together. For years, we've been told to choose between style and comfort, health and elegance. But science and the real stories of women just like you tell a different story. Your shoes are not just accessories, they're daily decisions that shape your posture, your confidence, even your willingness to step out the door and live life fully. A recent study found that women who wear shoes that fit well, offering both support and style, are less likely to fall, more likely to stay active, and report higher self-esteem and life satisfaction. It's not magic. It's what happens when your choices reflect your true worth. Let's recap your empowered shoe blueprint. Ditch the myths. Pain is never the price for elegance. Upgrade with intention. Each swap from heels to block, flats to structure, platforms to flexible boosts, not just your health, but your presence. Prioritize invisible health. Seek out styles that support and delight you. Trust your instincts. If a shoe makes you feel self-conscious, unsteady, or less than your best, it's not for you, no matter what the trend reports say. Here's a practical step you can take right now. Audit your shoe rack. Use a simple checklist. Does this shoe offer support? Does it reflect my style, not just my age? Do I want to be seen in these by friends, by family, by myself? Commit to upgrading just one pair this week. And then share your story. Leave a comment. What shoe made the biggest difference for you? Which brand or style made you feel your most confident? Remember, every step you take is a statement not just about where you're going, but about how you choose to walk through this chapter of life. Choose confidence, choose comfort, choose you. So, here's my invitation. Let's walk into the next decade together, with health, elegance, and a community of women who know their worth. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more evidence-based, empowering advice just like this. And remember, your best years and your best steps are always ahead.